Hello everybody, welcome back to Blues Focus TV for another full-time match reaction video and a disappointing result yesterday afternoon to come away with 0 points against Blackburn, losing the game 2-1. Now don't get me wrong, Blackburn did look good at times, created some opportunities for themselves, a few intervals of nice play, but I think overall we were much the better side, having more of the ball, creating more chances, having more shots and more shots on goal. I think Blues fans will be really disappointed to come away with 0 points yesterday. But first 10 minutes, we started really well. I say it in practically every video I make with Blues Focus, but this UNDESERVED side always start games brilliantly. We always start the games on the front foot. Just 6 minutes in, we hit the post through to Heath Chong, and that was a very pivotal moment in the game for me. I think if that had gone in, it would have completely changed the way the game was played. We would approach it differently. Blackburn would have approached it differently. But I think if that to Heath Chong chance had gone in, we certainly could have come away with all 3 points yesterday. But sadly, it ricocheted off the post. Did look like it was going to fall to the feet of youngster George Hall, but sadly, a Blackburn defender was in the way to clear his lines. Not too long after that, Sam Gallagher did manage to open the scoring for Blackburn. It was always going to be Sam Gallagher, wasn't it? But to be fair, a really nice finish from him, a really nice goal from Blackburn. Certainly from a Blues defensive point of view, I don't have any complaints. A really nice ball down the right, certainly opened up our defence. And then a ball into the box, found Sam Gallagher's feet, and he was able to finish in the bottom left-hand corner. So defensively, I don't think we could have done too much differently about that goal. Sometimes you've just got to hold your hands up and say, okay, fair enough, good goal, we'll move on. And we did move on. And we certainly looked like we were going to become more of an attacking threat and grow into the game. Or continually grow into the game, and we did. Not too long later, Hogan had a good chance, some really nice tiki-taka football actually, found him through on goal on the right hand side, but sadly the Blackburn keeper was able to save. Hogan yesterday, he could have scored 3 or 4 goals. For me, Hogan's had his best season in a Blues shirt. He's been fantastic this season, so I don't want to bash him too much. He did get a goal too yesterday, but certainly Hogan could have had 3 or 4 with the number of chances he had. So first half, we continued to press Blackburn like we had throughout the game, but sadly Blackburn were able to make it 2 just before half-time. And again, a decent goal. This goal, I feel we could have approached a little differently. Austin Trusty let the Blackburn attacker, who was only 18 years of age, to be fair to him, so a really nice finish from him, and I'm, of course, happy for him. But Austin Trusty did let the Blackburn attacker just sort of approach and get a bit too close to our goal, so maybe a bit of pressure could have been applied by Austin Trusty to prevent him from getting the shot off, but sadly he was able to find the bottom corner. John Ruddy had no chance, so that's the only thing I think we could have done differently to prevent that goal, but it happens in football, doesn't it? We can all look back on things and say we should have done this differently, we should have done that differently, but that did put Blackburn 2 goals ahead. Second half, we certainly continue to attack, and I'm so proud of this Blues team. At the moment, we're playing such good football, aren't we? And even though we're 2 goals down to top of the league, we did not stop, we did not give up. Again, early on in the second half, we had another opportunity from Scott Hogan, who this time found himself clearly one-on-one, a really nice through ball from Gino Bacuna, but sadly the Blackburn keeper was able to get in the way of the shot, and it was a good save, don't get me wrong. In that position, you often see the top strikers often try and lob the ball over the keeper, but Hogan, I can't remember the last time he scored a chip goal. I genuinely can't remember. But yeah, good save from the Blackburn keeper. And again, not too long later, we did have a few more chances. Bacuna had a long-ranged effort, which was nicely saved by the Blackburn keeper. He also had one just inside the edge of the box, but sadly didn't go in again. So Bacuna was creating chances for himself yesterday. Obviously, UNDESERVED went with the same team we saw against Bristol City. So Deeney didn't start yesterday, which I was a little bit surprised with, because I think Deeney has been brilliant recently. But again, what I like to see is this regular change from UNDESERVED. He's not just sticking with the same 11 each week. If something's not working, he's happy to adapt and he's happy to change. Obviously, Hogan, towards the end of the second half and around the 80th minute, did get Blues' first and only goal of the game. And a really nice goal, to be fair. Can't remember, to be fair, who played the ball into Duke. It was either Bacuna or Graham. It was one of those two. But a really nice ball in from the right, and Dukey was able to header it brilliantly down to Scott Hogan, who was able to volley in from close range. Speaking of Dukey, I think I said in the podcast midweek that he's probably a bit of a finished player, but yesterday he was fantastic. That's the first time Duke's come on this season and truly made an impact. He also had an opportunity fairly late on in the game to double Blues' goal scoring tally and get us the draw, but sadly again it was saved by the keeper. A ball in from the left, A bit of a diving header from Dukey, but again, it was nicely saved in sort of the middle right of the goal by the Blackburn keeper. So such a shame for Duke. I thought he was brilliant when he came on the pitch yesterday, made such a good impact for Blues, but sadly wasn't able to score. So speaking of the stats yesterday, Blackburn had 5 shots, 3 on target. We had 17 shots. 17 shots, 6 on target. We had 57% possession to their 43. So it certainly shows we were the more dominant team yesterday, but obviously sadly unable to come away with anything. That keeps us surprisingly in the exact same position. Obviously there are games to be played today, but 14th in the league on 20 points. So we haven't gone up, we haven't gone down. I think we're a little bit further off playoffs now. And a little bit closer to the relegation zone. But hey, it's what happens. Hopefully against QPR next week. Such a tough run of games, isn't it? Burnley, Blackburn, QPR. But hopefully next week we are able to pick up all 3 points. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep right on.